Okay, welcome everybody. We're playing some Eve tonight. As always, I'm Braden Norad, and I'm bringing you this fun stuff. Well, at least I hope it's fun. Anyway, if you find that this is interesting or something you like, thumbs up. If not, you can thumbs down. But if you do actually like it and like it enough, subscribe, and it'll do whatever it needs to do. And you can even hit the bell if you want to see if you want to pop up when I'm playing games like this and or other stuff on my channel. So there's that. Alright, I tried this actually 2 other times in different settings, but it would only record while Eve is in window mode, which means I get all my little tabs down here at the bottom. It's just the silliest thing in the world. But we're going to go ahead and take a contract here, or I should say mission. Oh boy, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I'm supposed to protect a convoy. And something one jump from here is at destination, because apparently in space criminals could even come into the safest of sectors. So there's that. There's that. Another drink. Alright. To give you the scale of things, that's my ship. That's the station I just came out of, and I'm that little thing right there. These things are freaking huge. And by comparatively, hey, where are you? That's the planet it's in orbit of. It looks like kind of a barren, rocky planet, to be perfectly honest. But, you know, can't have everything. And something just came in. What just came in? Oh, it's a Cormy, another destroyer. That's what this is. This is a destroyer. That's just a gunboat type destroyer. I'm a missile type destroyer. And if you've never played Eve, there are lots of ships, ranging from corvettes all the way up to, well, Titans, which is basically movable space stations, maybe even bigger than that. But they are expensively expensive to run, expensive to build, all that stuff. Usually only like people who are in organizations, actually in this they're called corporations, and form alliance with other corporations can build something that huge. The biggest you'll probably see me go up to is probably a battleship. And you'll probably see me run through a cruiser, battle cruiser, and then to battleship. Since I'm playing the Caldari, oh yeah, let me put that in perspective. In Eve, there is 4 races you can play, races of human that you can play. One is Caldari, which is the basically rampant capitalism industrialist that likes using missiles, and there's in-turret systems of like railguns and or what do they call them? Neutron blasters or something? They're called blasters. They shoot basically railguns, and blasters shoot same thing, but think of the railgun as a shotgun, and the railgun as a rifle, and the oh, that's a no. You're gonna have to die today, Sonny. You're gonna have to die today. And the blasters are basically shotgun. They're short range. They can do more damage. Well, no, they both do kind of similar damage from what I've seen. Those are blasters that you just heard. And the purpley things are lasers, it looks like. And people's about to die, so that's usually what happens when you mess with me. And as you can see the damage scrolling up in here. It's not much, but it does accumulate over time. These are bigger missions, and then I knew the types of ammo they were going to be using, I'd say against it, but it's okay. I don't even have to set the move for this one. We'll just reboost my shields up, which is what that top layer is. The red is the shields, the mid one's hull, armor, and then the third one is hull. So from where are the rest of them? There should be more. Well, I guess not. Again, from the outer ring into the center right here is shields, armor, and hull. Those are heat statuses. That's my power core, or capacitor. It tells me how much power I've got that I can use. Oh boy, something just achieved something. You can't see it because I'm in the way of it, because it actually doesn't pertain to what we're doing. It just a guidance thing that says, oh look, you've done this much stuff since you started. This is not my first time. This is not my first account with Eve. My first one had issues. Oh, it's complete. Anyway. Oh, did I not do that? Oh no. Oh, okay, I've still got a buttload of space. Alright, launch my gathering machine. But again, like I said, I'm playing Caldari, like I said, as a missile and hybrid turret, which is what they call them. And that is either a railgun or a blaster. Right, basically right for a shotgun or missiles, and I like missiles. You've got the Gallente, which is usually one of the more enemies of the Caldari, because they're the Gallente Federation. They're like the laissez-faire French in space, from what I remember the backstory. They're all, and they tend towards hybrid turrets and drones, which they do have in this game. There's drones, and they tend towards them with their ships. You have the Amarr, which are the religious fanatics of this setting. They tend to name their ships things like, their big ships, battleships are named like Armageddon and Apocalypse, so that should tell you things. They tend to favor lasers, and their ships tend to be gold. Gallentes tend for green, Caldari's whites and grays. And then you have the Minmatar Republic, which used to be slaves to the Amarr Empire, and they tend to go for autocannons and artillery type things. They're the ones that like bring in the projectiles that go boom. Their aesthetic tends to look like, well, I'll bring up a ship because I can't actually describe them, because like I said, let me bring up ships. There's a ship. We'll go with battleships because there's everything. So like I said, Caldari tend to like grays and whites. As you can see, that's a battleship called the Raven. It's probably one of the better battleships in the game, in my opinion, but that's just me. Let me put those up. Let's go to the Amarr. Hey, show me them ships. You got things like the Abaddon, which is one of the newer ones, and you had the two I mentioned, like the Apocalypse. Like I said, they like gold. Their aesthetic is lots and lots of like goldish yellow colors to set off each other and set everything off there. The laser beams and whatnot. They're the religious ones. Then you have Gallente, which tend to be, like I said, drone oriented, or like with this Megathron here, tends to be a hybrid boat, or railgun boat as I like to use it because it gets stats for that. This ship is, like I said, they like greens for most part on them. Most of that's like greenish gray, green. That's their aesthetic. They also tend for rounder hulls like the Amarr do. Caldari are kind of edged, as you can tell. Then you got the Minmatars, which to me kind of, we'll go with the Tempest because it is one of the most iconic ships in the game. Their stuff tends to be, practical, because like that looks like solar arrays there, and stuff looks like they're rustic, and the backcountry boys that build things to last type of deal. And there tends to be lots of browns and dark grays, even blacks with some of their stuff. But their stuff tends to look like this for battle, for that. Just for reference, we'll toss out some frigates for them. Yeah, see, theirs tend to be. Like I said, they all tend to look like that. That's their ship's design and style. Like they just put together designs that work. That's a probe. One of the better frigates in the game is the Rifter. It's fast, looks like a sleek racer, but it looks like it's, kind of bolted together. And that's their kind of look. I mean, it works for them. Alright, let's see what loot I pulled off those ships. Scrap. That is a blaster or cannon, whatever you want to call it. Those are the charges for this type of cannon. You got all types of charges in this game. They do different damage types and can either increase your range for marginally less damage, but give you, like I said, greater range for this. Or, you get ones that do higher damage, but shorter. Where that guy goes? Stargates. For shorter type of range. And given most railguns work from like 20k to about, depending upon how far your sensor and lockability is, up to maybe 100 kilometers, maybe more in this game, because this game does use kilometers or clicks or kilometers or something like that. I'm going to reload this, because you never want to be on the edge of empty out in the black, as it were. As you can see, lots of nice little, oh, now I'm getting ready to get launched across space. Bloop. And it cracks me out here. And as you can see, it looks like white. There's a planet, not theirs, and that's, lots of nebulas from the looks of it. Anyway, we're going here. Yeah, there you are. To dock. I've played this game way back when, where they didn't have, as you saw when I dropped down those ships, there was a bunch of ship types. I played back when they only had frigates, cruisers, and destroyers. It's kind of a wondrous thing to watch this game grow, and also kind of makes you want to bang your head against the wall, because the learning curve still hasn't got any better. Although that could also be appeal to the game. The learning curve is not hard, but not simple either. The basics are real easy to get. It's the nuanced stuff that you end up getting up in, that you end up finding out later, and then you may have to want to start a new character to, I don't know, redo something you found out, and you should have done it from the beginning, and all that jazz. I also hate all these blinky lights. That didn't always happen. They just had a lot of this stuff. They've added some things to make it simpler to use and see and all that jazz. And for me, I'm used to having a lot of the stuff going all the way down to the ground here and having to scroll to find certain things. Most of these. Alright, this is a nice, relatively chain of missions. Missions are one way to make money in EVE. You can mine asteroids and stuff too, and you can also take that and build stuff. You can trade if you know how to. Sorry, my eyes are trying to crap out stuff apparently. or trying or playing the markets, you can get a ship and just go do all that stuff. Actually, I probably should. Can I drive my industrial ships? Let me see spaceship commands. And cruiser. Oh, I can drive. It's gonna be crappy, but I can drive one. Games. There's several ways to make games. Yes, there's several ways to make games. There's several ways to make money in this game. Also, as you saw, a bunch of skills. You can cross. Let me dump my cargo. You can dump cross-class, ship or cross-skill ships, and end up with all the skills, all the ship skills in the game. Good lord. Something did not agree with my stomach there for a second. And you can fly them all if you take the time to learn them all. But the thing with Eve is, though, you want to prioritize what you're doing, because all skills down here, it says 4 hours 59 minutes in this. It'll take 4 hours and 59 minutes of real time to do it. There is skill points to speed them up, but you can buy them with either, I guess, real cash or earn them in some ways. Not one of them people. That's a kind of, what's this? Open Sesame. Oh, it's the combat capsuleer thingy. See, like I said, it gives you, they're like, oh, it's skill stuff, and what are you? Okay, that thing is kind of weird. It ain't letting me mess around with it, but whatever. Oh, look. I actually don't know what this does or what it gives you. Oh, I gotta open that back up because I don't know where that was located. But the skills take real time, so the higher skill goes. We'll read the details. Oh, it's actually in the system, so I ain't gotta go anywhere. Skills take time, and the higher end skills like Battleship Titan or Battleship Dreadnought Titan Freighter, whatever, the bigger things like that, there are 5 levels in each skill that I have seen, and the higher you go up, the longer it takes. The bigger skills start off with longer time periods and go up from there. Like that one's a couple hours until it's done. It said 4, right? About 5 hours and it's done. I'll probably be asleep, so I need to queue something up. But after that's done, the next one for that is probably going to be a day or so, or a couple days. You never know. Or, well, you kind of do know, because it'll tell you once you get done. But it'll take days in real time, so some of those things will take, I don't know. I had one that lasted literally 27 days. Oh, look, more things to shoot out of the sky. This is something nice. Yeah, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna die. Kablooty! Next, please. What the heck is he trying to do? Oh, he's trying to dampen my sensors. It isn't going to help him. Oh, look. Another ship to shoot. Ooh, lots of ships to shoot. Yes, yes. Yummy, yummy. Let me eat you. And also killing pirates, which you can do in missions like this, give you bounties. So in the end, I'll make some money off of killing these fools. Oh, finally, locked them up. Outside of, like, some of them do drop loot, and it can be good loot, it can be bad loot, it's random, and it's for the level of the mission. Like, this is technically supposed to be a frigate mission, and I'm here in a destroyer, which is the next size up, But then again, I don't think some of these missions were made back, like I said, when there was only frigates, cruisers, and battleships. Oh, so the loot's distributed accordingly. I think they might have messed with it since then. Wow, they keep spawning. Yes, keep spawning. Give me all your loot. One of you's gonna have to have what I want in it, so the more I relegate to the death bin, the better. Now, some people might be asking, if we're trying to figure out what happens if you die. Well, if the ship dies, you pop out in a capsule because you're called a capsuleer in this game. Basically, you're technically immortal in a way because you're inserted into the capsule and that plugs you into the system. You're basically a cyborg-ish person that connects directly into the ship and can run it through that. With the help, there is a crew on board, mind you, but if the ship does blow up, you get ejected. I think the crew in lore says those that make it to the lifeboats may survive. The rest of them kind of go dead. And each progressively ship gets larger and larger crews, so that should answer the question of that. As for, oh look, it's a name thing. You probably have the loot I want on you. Bring yourself closer and let me kill you. That bit died. Any more? No. Oh, it dropped the cargo box. That is exactly what I need. We're going to go close to that because it has the stuff in it I want. But it pops out into a little capsule. Looks like an egg. They call you eggers in this game because you're stuck in a little egg. If that egg blows up, you basically shunt your consciousness across a this area of the galaxy spanning hypercommunications net that downloads your brain into a clone, and then you start again. Your ship, I probably no, this one I don't think needs to be insured. I've made enough money and I can put it back together if I need to. You can insure your ships. If you do, it'll last for a couple of months, a year. You'd have to read the thing. It probably varies with it, and it varies in levels, and it'll give you out the cost of your ship plus some depending upon the level, but it's never going to fully cover everything you have on the ship because you got your ship parts, you gotta buy your ship, and you gotta buy your fittings for it, aka engineering components, system components, and weapon components, and all that jazz. You gotta buy that. You gotta buy the ammo and anything else in between. Yes, get into my cargo hold. I am good to go. Launch this because I want all the stuff. So there's that. Back when I was first playing, when I realized, me and one of the guys I used to run with realized that's what happened in the lore where the ships had crews. Well, we kind of realized we're probably people, if these people were alive and in game and stuff, that probably people's families see us as mass murderers. Because, not just because of the ships we blew up, because of the ships that we got blown up in. Because battleships have lots of crew. So there is that. And anybody that has seen the video where the dude lost the Titan in it, not only did he lose lots of economic and lots of economic time and money value out of it, he and lost a lot of their force projection, their power projection, or force projection as it's called in certain circles. He also probably killed like a whole colony, small colony worth of people, technically. which would be, you know, which can be a problem in some ways, but at least they filled in the lore. Oh God, I got a piece of apple stuck in my teeth. That's not tasty at all. Let's see what you got in your cargo hold. Well, you got charges. These are the charges I tend to like to run with, is iridium charges. Give me the attributes, silly. Because it does a decent amount of damage. The capacitor needed for it is pretty high. It can reach out 20% greater than normal, as it were, and it does about 4.8 to shields and 5 to armor once it gets there. Compare it to plutonium, which capacitor needs to go down. Range goes down, but your damage goes up. So this is good close range, relatively close range ammo for this type of thing. And you go here, you go here, you go here. Everybody goes here, including you. And then we go back to the agents. Yeah, we'll dock where we need to dock, as it were. Oh boy.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And all you have to do is go in here and we'll watch something real quick. You don't have to do this, but this mission states I need to bring these people to the station. Technically, as long as they're in your cargo hold and you're in the station, you're gravy. Some of them might actually make you put it over here into the hangar before it goes green, but normally it works like this. You just complete it. She sucks them out of the cargo hold somehow. Presumably you just drop them off and they walk away. Not that something comes literally and sucks them out. That would be kind of hilarious in its own fashion and kind of bad in its own fashion. But yeah. Over you go, over you go. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? We'll stack all this. There we go. Things look better when you stack them right. And that's gonna be it. Kind of sorry, it's kind of short one, but like I said, I had issues earlier when I was trying to do this. I had to do 2 tests to get it up and running because, like I said, it didn't want to my OBS did not want to capture this as a game in whatever reason, and display didn't want to capture it when it was in full window or when it was in full screen mode for some reason. So I have to do a window mode for it to capture Eve for some reason. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, if you like it, a thumbs up. You can subscribe and you can hit that bell. And if you feel like it, comment and what have you. Y'all have a good one, and yeah, just have a good day.